Okay, we're recorded. Right,
Okay.
welcome guys to volume 2 of our member spotlight. I'm not going to tell you who's joined us yet. He's going to introduce himself. Stop looking at the laptop, look at the camera. Okay, so over to our guest number 2, and we're going to run through 7 questions all about him and how he came to be a member. Okay, so your name?
Vinny Kelly, everybody knows. The only one who calls me Vincent is Mammy. She won't call me anything else other than Vincent.
You're in trouble when she calls you that. What do you do for a living and where do you live?
I drive a gas tanker, bulk gas tanker for Keller Gas all over the country. And I live in Airfield, Dublin 13.
Perfect. My old stomping ground, Dublin 13.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you came to us first, where were you physically and mentally before you joined us, where you started working with us at Evolutis?
Physically, way overweight. 2.5 stone more than I wanted to be. Mentally, really good place there. A whole lot was getting me down. I couldn't, I just wasn't able to do things that I should be able to do with a man of my age. I have my kids, I have 2 small kids, I have 3 kids altogether, a 26-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old. And the 2 small kids, I want to spend time with them and play with them and act with them. And I just couldn't do it. I said, I was 49 at the time. I said, by the time I'm 50, I'm going to be at my target weight. And with the help of the gym, I did. It was mentally, and really, it was really getting me. I had to do something. And that's where you came in.
Great stuff. Okay, so what was the decision? Why did you join? Was it weight loss? Was it fitness? Was it both? Was it?
Both. Weight loss. I needed to lose some weight and I needed to be fit. I couldn't get down on the floor and get back up without being out of breath. I run around kicking a ball or chase the kids, getting them to learn how to cycle a bike. It was very difficult to run behind them holding a bike without being out of breath. And I don't have a bad diet. I don't smoke. I drink very little. I was just bad diet. That's really what I was eating wrong things at the wrong time. Being a truck driver doesn't help. Because you're eating and sitting on stuff all the time. But I don't do greasy foods or anything like that anymore. But I just needed to do something for myself, for my wardrobe, for my mental health. Everything needed to change. And it was like as if I hit my low point. I need to do something.
Perfect. Well done. So you've changed your lifestyle. So was there something that almost kept you from getting started? A lot of time people are just a little bit nervous. I won't take that first step. Was there something there that stopped you?
Well, it's a long time since I've been to the gym, and any gym that I had been in was always the same. Fellas going around, looking at themselves in the mirror, checking their muscles out and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
That, plus I didn't want to try something. I don't like to fail at anything. If I do something, I do it properly and I do it full tilt. And the thought of going and doing the gym and quitting halfway through was in the back of my mind. So, but I knew I had to do it. So just took the bull by the horns and went for it.
Good stuff. Okay, so you've had some good results. What have you a specific result that you did achieve, and what one has surprised you most? What result?
Well, for my goal was to be 12.5 stone on my 50th birthday. I was 15 stone. And on my 50th birthday, I was 12.5 stone.
Excellent.
So, I have put a bit of it back on, but I know I can lose it again because I know what I need to do. Not going to the gym for the 6 during the early part of this year was just tough. But it was mentally tough as well. But I just couldn't do what needed to be done. But this time around, I'm making a bit of a difference.
So on that, if someone joined and you would say, what piece of advice on training helped you the most? Any particular one piece of advice?
It was all take your time. This is you're not gonna get the result in a week or two. Take your time. Slowly catch your monkey. It was just take your time. Plenty of encouragement, plenty of help. All the help it's there. All you do is ask and it's there. You don't realize how much help is out there. I never realized how much help you advice, and then encouragement. Nobody ever knocked you if you're having a bad week or you couldn't get to the gym as often as you want to. Nobody would say, you know, you need to pull up your socks. It was just encouragement all the time, always positive. It was never negatives. So anybody who was thinking about going down that route of joining, yeah, absolutely. Don't let this.
Okay. And on that note, who would you recommend our program to? Is there someone that you know or?
Well, I did recommend a few who did join and are getting results. And there is one or two people out there kind of looking at my results and said, "Geez, I need to do something, but where your place is doesn't suit me," and they went done something else themselves and are actually getting results. So, but
It's all good. So you've been a good example to people.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because like the amount of people that notice it, and that's what helps encourage you. People notice, "Jace, you're losing weight. You're all right. You know, you're looking better. You're looking fitter. You're looking well." And that helps. And that keeps you going. Then gives you more encouragement to keep going and keep at it. You know.
Of course it does. Your confidence builds. You feel better about yourself. You have more energy. It's all good. I've been there way back in. I was overweight years ago when I was pretty young. That's all I'm saying on camera. All right, that's the serious questions done. We're going to move on to 15. We'll call them quick fire, random questions. We call them. So try not to think too much about the answers. There's no real wrong answers tonight. No, there's no wrong answers. There's just good, funny answers and normal answers. Okay, so we'll get cracking. First one: what other job do you think you would have if you weren't a truck driver?
You get the 50-year-old me to talk to the 15-year-old me. I would say, pay more attention to school, work harder. I would have loved to go into law. I left school too early and I just didn't have interest in school. But later, looking back, I would have loved to actually get involved. As a defense lawyer, maybe, because I just love to argue the point all the time.
I'm sure your wife knows that. Okay, so a lawyer, that's interesting. What are some of your guilty pleasures that you're willing to admit to?
Oh,
careful now, it's a family show.
Guilty pleasures. Well, I mean, food is my guilty pleasures all the time. But you know, I like nice food. Unfortunately, it's rich food, and I wouldn't indulge too often, but definitely. And then I have a sweet tooth. I do have a sweet tooth for the likes of ice cream and chocolate. You know, try not to do it now, but you know, I do.
It's no harm in small amounts. Yeah, it's no harm. Small amounts, grand. Okay. If you're an actor, which TV sitcom would you star in?
Only Fools and Horses. Definitely. Del Boy.
Oh, you're frozen there. Come. Oh, you're back. Only Fools and Horses. Yeah. Who would you play in that?
Del Boy. Of course.
Del Boy. Of course.
Yeah.
One of the best characters ever in sitcom. Okay, we'll move on. If you could get away with it, how would you kill somebody? Which is a strange question. If you could get away with it, remember. Don't want you getting caught.
I'd knock them off. They were cyclists. I'd knock them off their bike with me lorry and keep going.
Yeah, don't start on the four cyclists.
But yeah, I don't know. What would you do? Shoot them and bury them in the woods? I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on the papers for that one. Okay, we'll move on before you get yourself into trouble. If a millionaire decided to fund an all expenses 1 week trip to anywhere, where would you go? What would you do?
Over to the States, do Route 66 in a Mustang or a big Peterbilt American truck. Beautiful route. Yeah, absolutely. Love to do.
I'd like to do that myself, but not driving, just looking out and enjoying the scenery. Let someone else drive. Might go with you. Okay, going back to food here. If you're on death row, what would your last meal be? Don't say sweets now or chocolates.
It'd have to be a steak. My guilty pleasure if I'm having a steak is the County Club in Dunshaughlin, and order from there and send it up to me. Steak on the stone, all the trimmings.
Steak. Sounds lovely. Okay, right. We move on to an exercise question. Battle ropes or press ups?
Press ups. They're harder, but you feel better after them. I think you get I feel better after. I know you get a really good workout from the ropes, but if you said to me, do that or that, I'd go for press ups.
Yeah, most people go for ropes. Fair play to you. It's slightly sadistic. That's okay. Okay. Next question. Worst piece of advice you ever received?
Okay. When I met my first wife was marry her. Not so to say.
Okay, that's fair enough. We can't argue with that. Or maybe we could, but we won't. Okay, we move on. I don't know what number it is. What is something I wouldn't believe about you?
Something you wouldn't believe about me. I do a lot of fancy dress.
Ooh, suits you, sir. Okay, we'll move on swiftly. Just in case.
Facebook page.
Right. Okay, I'm not going to ask. Right, let's move on sharply. What would be the theme song of your life?
I did it my way. My way. Yeah, absolutely. No other way.
Good answer. Okay, we'll move on again. Your most treasured possession, if you have one.
Yeah, well, my drill is that's my tool. Nobody else is allowed to touch it. It's mine. I never go anywhere without it. Anytime I have to go to somebody's house, make sure you have your drill with you, have a job for you, and it's always with me. But it's mine and nobody else can use it.
Don't touch that man's drill. Fair enough. There's lots of bad jokes there. I'm not going near them. Okay, we'll move on. 4 left. 3 people you would love to invite to dinner, whether they're alive or dead. Who are they?
Henry Ford.
Cars. Thought that.
JFK. Because I just like and I don't know. I thought about this one before. I'd like possibly Elvis. If it was going for somebody of the States. But then again, I'd love to chat to Joanna Donnelly, the weather girl. She seems to do great interviews. I'd love to have her at a dinner party and just chat to her. She does the weather. Yeah.
Do you want her instead of JFK then? We'll give you 4. We'll give you 4 just this once. Not everyone will be looking for 4 now, but you're getting 4 once off. Okay, so an interesting mix there. Elvis, JFK, the weather girl,
Henry Ford,
and Henry Ford. Nice mix. Okay, 3 left. What 3 words would your family use to describe you?
Grafter, honest, and just funny.
Grand. We'll move on. Leave it at that. Right. Second last question. How awesome are your pajamas?
How awesome. They're boring. Shorts and a t-shirt. That's it. Nothing else.
No superhero pajamas.
No. I've had all them in the past, but they were all the large sizes and they all got thrown out when I lost my weight.
Oh, there's a benefit. Get rid of the superhero pajamas. That seals the deal on the getting fit. Okay, very last question. A gym-related question and related to one of the sessions we do. If you had to pick 3 gym members to join you in the mountain and you're going for the Irish record, who would they be? The mountain session.
Ken Lilly, because he's the one that pushes me all the time. Gemma, because as far as running, I don't think that girl could ever stop running. And Damien McDermott, with his long legs, he could run for Ireland as well.
So you're sticking with them even if I took the running out of the mountain?
Down?
To be fair, I leave the running in. They're all 3 real good grafters. They wouldn't let you down on the mountain. So good choice there. Okay, that's it. The pressure's off. Very well done. You've been very honest. Thanks for your time on a Tuesday evening. I know you've just done a session. You've just done a stretching session, so fair play to you. For everyone watching, all our members, I will be giving a little message. We're looking for volunteers for this for the next few weeks. But thanks again, Vinny. Say goodbye to everyone.
Good luck. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to seeing you back in the gym.
Exactly. All right. Cheers, guys. Take care. Have a good night. See you, Vin. Thanks again.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.